Hey, welcome back, everybody. I know I look like a bearded homeless man, I guess. Um, right now it's 36 degrees. It's a Thursday, and I just decided that I just didn't feel like going into work today. I felt kind of mentally exhausted. I felt a little restlessness, and so I decided to come out here for a walk. And while walking, I decided to make this video just so I can kind of talk with you all. I hope that you guys have been able to check out some of the other videos. They're probably not the best, but I put a lot of love into it and emotion. But anyway, if you're watching this video, I consider you part of my tribe, not just an audience, but a community, and hopefully one day we can meet. I wanted to make this video because there's been something that's been on my mind and I've kind of been wrestling with it. And it's this, look how cold it is. You guys probably can't see, but it's so cold I can see my breath. But I've been struggling with lately this idea of compulsiveness. And so let me give you guys a background. I have ADHD, and I think at some point I'm going to see if I can go and get diagnosed. I know I was when I was a kid. But I'm noticing that I have been struggling with compulsiveness, specifically in the area of just checking things 1,000 times. If I order a package online and it's not, I usually give it 1 or 2 days, and then by the second day I'm tracking it to see where it's at, why hasn't it gotten here. I feel like it's really gotten out of control for me personally. Because it's like, I remember when I was a kid, right? Let me just bring it back a little bit. When I was a kid and I would order something online, there was like this constant need to check to see where things are. And I'm facing that as a struggle because the older I get and the more creative I become, the more I get access to these dashboards, these rates, these views, how long have people, specifically with YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. It's almost like there's nowhere where I can escape the metrics and the ability to be able to track and check my progress, right? And so some of you are watching this video and you're like, Gabriel, well, that's okay because you're supposed to be able to track your metrics. You're supposed to be able to track all of your, how much you're getting paid, how much views you're getting, how many people are buying your product. Mind you, I don't even really have products yet, but I have a Buy Me a Coffee, so check it out. But the issue is that there's a problem with the way my creative energy flows, right? So for me, in order to flow creatively, I almost have to be independent of whatever the metrics, whatever the views say, because if I get sucked up into it, if I get sucked up into the numbers and checking out the dashboard, I will never create. And so the tension that I'm facing is that you guys, I was looking because I heard something. Oh, okay, there's someone over there. The tension that I'm facing is it seems like in order for me to create creatively, and by that I mean I create something that feels good, that feels true, that's honest, that's real. I almost have to divorce myself from the numbers, which that sounds beautiful and elegant and all of that, but the reality is, my friends, is that it's easier said than done. Because your metrics, your views, all of that stuff, it's not like that's something that you just throw in the trash can and don't look at it. It's something that you have to use objectively as a tool. And I don't think I have been fully able to integrate all of the dashboard as a meaningful tool, if that makes any sense. So let me give you an example. I created a video that was so beautiful, so nice, so cool, and it only got like 2 views. And it kind of bothered the F out of me because the video that I thought that was gonna do, I thought the video was gonna do really well. But it got worse. This was probably the worst viewed video. It's actually my lowest viewed video right now. I'm gonna add it in the description. And so I am trying to figure out how I integrate these two realities, this creative energy in me and being able to use these tools wisely in a way that it doesn't kill my creativity. And so just constantly checking. Oh, I'm not reaching my goals. One day I'm excited, full, just happy to create. The next day I'm like, because it kind of destabilizes me in a way, because then I'm more focused on, what are my metrics? Which is like, it seems like it's the other side of the coin, right? Because ultimately, I want my channel to be successful. I want to have views, subscribers, not because I just want the views and subscribers, but because I want to create something real. And it's important for me to document this and share this, because that is the space that I want to create, where there's this honest and real interchange between all of us, and all of you, because I don't know you, but I love you, and I want to be honest with you, and I want to do the right thing. I want to build something real. I want to build something sustainable. But what I'm thinking of right now as I'm talking with you guys is, in psychotherapy, they have this idea of, I'm probably not even the right person to be talking about this, but there's this idea of there's different parts of us that are all real. I think it's called the multiple self states, which, whenever we have conflict, it's because typically one of those parts of us are having issues with another part, right? I'm not going to go into it, but the reality is if we are trying to make it to the promised land, we have to bring everyone along with us. And that also means integrating the tools that you use, integrating your creativeness. It's like in the movie The Matrix. If you've ever seen The Matrix, at the end, the architect, right, which is systems, control, order, and then there's the oracle, which is intuition, chaos, creativity, the power of life. At the end of the Matrix, they're both kind of sitting together. And so this for me has been harder to integrate, and to kind of get on the same page, because if I focus on the numbers, I'll never create. And I think what the issue is, I have to remove the emotional weight. I have to remove the emotional weight that I give to the tools like the dashboards and the matrix. And I mean the dashboards and the stats and all of that. And so, in conclusion, I don't know what to conclude. But I guess if I was talking to myself and I was sitting right across from me, I would tap into my internal wisdom and I would probably say to myself and to you, I would say, Gabriel, it takes time to integrate. That's the first thing I would say. It takes time to integrate all of these parts of yourself to work cohesively. The second thing I would say is you are probably putting too much pressure on a external number that probably doesn't mean anything. Because there are channels that only have 5,000 followers or subscribers and are probably making over $100,000 a year and have a very devoted fan base and are, making a lot of money and they're living their dream with 5,000 followers. And so the view, the hours watch, how many subscribers I have, that's all probably and more than likely in itself, it really doesn't matter if you think about it, the subscribers, the views, the watch time. If you really think about it, it doesn't matter. It's what those numbers represent. And those numbers represent typically economic stability, validation of your creative ideas. Those views and all that, it doesn't matter. It's what it represents. And so maybe I would also tell myself, you're thinking too logically about this. You have to not detach, but keep your intention at the center. And that's all you can really control. So I want to thank you guys for watching this conversation with myself and just allowing me the space and the time in your day to share this with you. My intention is to serve. My intention is to create honestly. Yeah, because anyone can create whatever and it's not honest, it's fake. And my intention is to build a business that's meaningful, that's a win-win. I feel like I keep hammering that. And I guess I brought you guys inside of this because I'm still thinking logically about this and it's like I'm trying to solve this math problem when it's not actually a math problem that needs to be solved. Maybe I'm still trying to get there by the old ways, which was doing. And maybe I just need to be. And maybe it's not about doing, but embodying a way of being in the world. You just have to know what you know and know what you want. At this stage, that's it. That's all I can really, I can't control how many people are going to watch this video. I can't even see how much battery I have left here. And I started with 16 batteries and I've been recording for like 15 minutes. So I want to say this to conclude. I'm going to start with the reason I began, to create something real, to create something honest, to build a business, and ultimately to serve the greater good, my friends. You know what I mean? So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you grab something out of this. I invite you, my friend, to subscribe, to follow me on Facebook. I'm working a lot of things out, and I think I have to remember that it's piece by piece and not brick by brick. I thought that sounded cool. So anyway, love you guys. See ya.